Good morning, Z team. Thanks for coming on this morning and welcome, welcome. This morning, we're going to talk about a few things before Michael gets into his office where he can set up his computer. We're going to talk about a couple housekeeping items. And one of those being the fact that to be a founder, if you came on after June 10th, to become a founder or to stay a founder, you need 3 TCMs by December 31st. Okay, so that's not too many days from now. Most of you probably already have them, but we want to make sure and just always remind on things like that. You know, we don't want to miss that deadline because that is a very important position to hold, that founder position. If you don't know what that means, that is the match program. Okay, anybody that is a founder can have bigger matches with the influencer program. So the influencers that we have signed up, the big 27 major influencers, the Make-A-Wish foundations, you know, the athletes, the entertainers, the politicians, all the things, when they take this out to their followers and those followers sign up for the card, the foundation is not a DBO. So there is no place for those customers to go. Okay, so there is a need for some place to put them. So the company is doing a match program. If you are a founder, it's way bigger match program than if you were an innovator or a standard match, which will start happening after December 31st. Okay, the standard match is just a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 as you position up. It's a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3, 1-to-4. Okay. A innovator is double that, and then a founder is double that. So it's a very critical time to make sure you get those TCMs. It's not a difficult thing. They have not put much of it. Yes, Mark? You need to come off mute.
Did you say that to remain a founder, you had to have the 3 TCMs too?
Yes. Unless you are the original founders. Original founders, you're always a founder. Okay. So anyone that was a founder before June 10th, then it's not a requirement, but of course it's a requirement to be commission qualified. So, you know, depending on when you want to become commission qualified, if you want to wait a few months, you know, don't want to get paid, then don't get your 3 TCMs. But yes, thanks for bringing that up, Mark. So anyway, that's the first thing. Second thing is, this is a huge time of year, as we all know, family gathering, time to go ahead and just casually introduce what we have in front of us. You know, if you want to give the $25 card. What a great gift. You know, so now's a great time to introduce this to your family. Do it casually. Once again, don't throw up all over them. Just talk about it. Tell them something, you know, that's coming. That's great. It's fantastic, right? This is just one of the biggest positive social impact businesses, companies, whatever movements that has been part of my life anyway. Something that we are going to be able to change the world with. Truly believe that. I like to say, are we perfect now? Absolutely not. Are we going to be a world-class marketplace? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am very, very excited about the future. And, you know, we just want to, right now, you know, we are having the time with the banks. Once that happens and we get over that hump, it's not a negative time. It's just the fact that it's holiday. The time that we finally got everything taken care of. Oh, we're into the holidays. So, you know, we are a little bit behind dates that we may have said. That's the one thing always with dates. Let's set the expectations right from the get-go when we talk with people. And that's why I say, you know, always let them know about the Z Club. Is it perfect? It's not yet. We just started. We just launched in November. So anyway, when you're talking to your friends and family and you're bringing them on with the card, just let them know, you know, the $25 value is going to be taken care of the first time they get a flash sale, or the first time that they get a special, or the first time that they book a travel, a weekend travel. I mean, that $25 has so much value in it. So just set all the expectations right from the get-go and let them know that, this will be world-class, no doubt in my mind. And I'm excited for the future, as I know most of you are as well. Are you at me showing up here on a Saturday morning so early? So I am grateful for each and every one of you, and I appreciate you all. All right, Michael, are you about set and ready to go? All right.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. And I know you probably have a great segue right into this conversation.
I do. Good morning, Colette.
Okay, let's welcome Michael Zappia.
Yeah, thank you.
You all know him. I'm pretty sure you do. And if you don't, this is my business partner, my mentor, one of my very best friends. And I'm just grateful to have him part of this team. And just I couldn't be here without him. I wouldn't be here without him, as a lot of you know our story. So Michael's going to teach this morning, and so get your notepad out and your pen, because he always has so many golden nuggets to, just do like he did. Become a sponge, absorb everything he's going to tell you, because then you can go out and teach. I'm still absorbing the stuff he teaches every single time he gets on the screen. So Michael, take it away.
Awesome, Colette. Thank you. And good morning to everybody out there. See, we have a big addition to the team this Saturday morning. Colette, the Finches are with us. I don't know if you've looked around the screen, but there are not, hold on, not the Grinches. It's the Finches. We don't have the Grinches. We got the Finches that have joined us. Colette, I had an amazing Zoom with them the other night. As you know, you couldn't be on because you had something else going on that night, but Amanda and Trey put together their entire group of the Finch family, which is like, I don't know what's going on down where they're all from, but they're reproducing like crazy because it's a massive family that has just joined us. So Amanda, Trey, good morning. Welcome to our Saturday teaching. How you doing?
Good morning. We're doing good. How are you?
Good, Trey. Good. Good to see you all this morning.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That was cool. After the meeting, after the Zoom we did, Colette, I asked everyone on the screen, I know you cringe when I do this, but you know why I do this. I said, everyone take down my number and shoot me a text message. Colette's like, Michael, stop giving out your number to everyone. You're not gonna be able. I'm like, no, listen, I only know one way to build this business. And Lacey Wall sent me a message this morning. It's a post that I want to share with you all this morning that I really want you to see. But she said, Zap, it's all about relationships, and it's all about the all abouts. And we're going to talk about some of that today. But after the Zoom, Colette, I texted every single one of them. I made a little graphic. I sent it to them. And then actually Joshua took advantage of texting back and forth with me, and I made him a cool little graphic card. Don't know if you guys know that. That stuff matters to me, just so you all know. I think putting the graphic up and making your new partner, just announcing your new partner to the team, I think that's a major part of what we do here, Colette. And you know that I've been teaching that for years. And is it time consuming? Yes, it's time consuming. Do sometimes you have to learn some new skills to put something like that together, or call somebody who knows how to do it? Yeah, but it's one of the things that I don't want to overlook on the team. But anyways, I was excited to meet all the Paxton, the Finches, I'm sorry. And I've got them all in my phone, and I saved them with a little, I said Paxton. I saved them with a lightning bolt in my phone. A little tip for all of you that I shared with all of them. Actually, I copied this message for all 15 of them, or 20 of them, I think it was. And in my phone, I want to show this to you all, because I want to prepare you for what's about to happen in your world should you choose to become a leader in this program. But when I type in the lightning bolt in my phone, it pulls up, and I've used the lightning bolt before because it happens to be my favorite emoji, like that's the Zap emoji. But for Transact Card, that lightning bolt, there's the whole stack of Finches right there. Now I'm going to add something to that lightning bolt, because you see all the Finches. So whenever I want to talk to someone on Team, which I'm calling Team Finch, I don't know if they're going by that, but Amanda, I like Team Finch. I think it's a great name. You probably don't like, you're like, well, I don't want it to be just about my name and my team. Well, I do, because it's really cool what you guys are doing down there. But every time I type in that lightning bolt, and then I'm going to add one more emoji to the Finch team to separate them from the other times I've used that emoji, But in my phone, I'm going to organize that whole organization of people that I'm looking forward to building a network with and building a massive team with. Does everyone understand why I do that? Because I'm going to have to do the same thing with Suzanne, because Suzanne Kitchen is building a massive network. So I'm going to do the lightning bolt, which means zap. So it's always meant zap for me, but now it's ZTEAM. And then I have to find an emoji that makes me think of Suzanne. And I might get a nice dark pair of glasses, because as I'm looking at her right now, she always looks so smart and studious. So I know there's an emoji, Colette, that's a little picture of a dark brim glasses. Maybe that's going to be Suzanne Kitchen's teams. And then my friend Esther is building a team. And Annabelle's built. Now, Annabelle, I already know what the emoji is going to look like for Annabelle's team. It's going to be the most beautiful dress that you can find in your emoji, because every time I see her, she's dressed for success, and she always looks so colorful and vibrant and beautiful. So anyways, I don't know if that little tip, anytime I think of something that I think can help you, and you can put this in your notes, it's the little things that make the biggest difference. It's the little things that make the biggest difference. Colette just put a heart up there. I don't know what that means, Colette, but I love you too, if that's what that means.
It means I love what you're saying. I love what you said about Annabelle. I love what you said.
Yeah, but listen, how many of you on the screen want to have a network where you get on a Saturday training and you're leading something like this with 40 people a couple days before Christmas? Does anybody want a team like this? As a leader, you got to be organized. You got to be organized. You got to be ready. You got to be able to find people in your phone quickly. You want to build relationships with those people. You know, right away in my contact information for Joshua Keller, and Joshua's with us this morning. Where's Joshua? There he is. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? We had a great conversation the other night. Right after I met with Joshua and I created that little graphic card that took me 2 minutes, and I sent him a couple of revisions. He's like, wow, this is so cool. I do it for that effect. He thought it was cool, and it makes him feel like he's part of the team, which he is. He's a major part of the team. He's a young gun that joined our team. But I put the picture of Joshua in my contact for him. Take it a step further. I should text message Joshua and get his address, get his birthday. Do you think that's important to do with the people that you meet and you work with? Yeah, guys, it's these little things that make the biggest difference. A phone call on someone's birthday, a greeting card. I'll tell you guys about a service that we can use as a team. You send out a card, just wish your teammate a happy birthday. How about someone joins your team and you send them a little card with a congratulations? We can do all these kinds of things, these extra things which make you stand out. Yes, Colette?
Another thing, another tip there is and you might have been getting to this, but there is a spot for notes. And that is a great place to take down the things about that person that's going to help you remember who that person is. Because as you grow bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to forget these things. I'm telling you, I meet with so many people every day that it's like sometimes I'm going to be going, oh, Suzanne was the one that lived in, Denver. No, she's not. She lives in Oklahoma. I mean, there's just little things that will trigger your mind to go, okay, now I know who I'm talking about. So anyway, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, we could do a whole teaching on just what we're talking about here today. I've got other things I want to talk about that I think are important, but Colette is right. We can dive into this whole thing. Okay, I'm in the car business as well. So now I meet hundreds of people every month. In the car business, I put the little Christmas tree in the picture of the truck. And these are all the people that I met in December here at the dealership. And Colette's right. When I click on any one of these people, I've got little footnotes in the notes section because I can't remember hundreds of people a month. And that's just the month of December with the Christmas tree. Last month, I'll show you my emoji system. I had the pumpkin. Let me find the darn pumpkin. Hold on. Anyway, if I do the search for the truck and then the pumpkin, about 300 people show up because I'm meeting leads and people walk into the store. So I got my Z team and I've got all my, and you guys have things in your life too. Listen, I think we should do a whole course on what we're talking about now. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's put this conversation on hold right now because there are some things, and Colette used to say this to me all the time, and she made me realize something about myself that I took for granted. She goes, Michael, you do so many things that you need to teach. You got to teach everyone these things. And I just thought people automatically knew this stuff. Like I thought everyone makes graphics when they're laying in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought everybody uses emoji systems for their friends, their family, the people they don't like. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have an emoji for people I don't like. I delete them from my phone. I don't know if you guys have exercised that one. I just go to contact and hit delete. Yeah, Joshua, you got that right. Anyway, So Colette, listen, let's seriously have a conversation. Let's do a training, a teaching just on this leadership organizational practices with pic collage. We'll talk about pic collage. We'll talk about emoji systems in your phone, and we'll talk about, really keeping in contact. And let me give you guys one of the things I wish I would have done 21 years ago. Actually, I wish I would have done it 50 years ago. And I don't care how young or how old you are on the screen. This might be one of the best things I can ever teach anyone on the screen. If I could go back in time, I would have been doing a much better job of keeping in touch with every single person I've ever met, because I've met tens of thousands of people. If I could go back in time, Colette, I would have went back to my other organizations and I would have printed out every genealogy report I ever had with every phone number, email address, and home address. If I could go back in time, I would have found the best Excel spreadsheet I could put together, or better yet, the best contact management system I can find for myself. Because just know this, from especially you young people on the screen, especially the Finches that are with us today, the young Finches, Paxton, Trey, and all the young ones that I met, Joshua, your network is your net worth. Write that in your notes. Your network is your net worth. It is as simple as that. That could be a whole teaching on itself for an hour. Seriously, I can expand on this conversation. Every single person you meet and you've met from this day forward and going backwards, I always tell people, those people are gold. A lot of people say, what do you mean they're gold? I've always treated people like gold, or I've done the best I could to treat people like pure gold. Because when you get into a business like this, or no matter what you do in this world, let's face it, no matter what you do in this world, it's going to require people, right or wrong. We're in the people business. So if I can give all of you one tip, and you take this for the rest of your life, and Colette, maybe we should find them a contact management system that you and I should start up. Let's find a CRM or a contact management system. I almost built one years ago for one of my old organizations I was building. Esther remembers it. I created an organization called Duplicate, and I created a system called Duplicate. You guys will know that name if you've been with me for a while. And I started to work with a company that builds CRMs for small businesses. And I almost built the CRM for myself. Shame on me, I haven't built it. Now, my only CRM is right here in my cell phone right now. How many people are with me? Your cell phone is basically your CRM. Oh, do yourself a favor, start to update your CRM. You want to find a way, here's a good tip for everybody out there. You want to find a way to introduce Transact Card for people? How about this? How about I give you an exercise right now? And how about everyone on this team contacts 10 people today with a text message and just say these words. Hey, Suzanne, would you do me a favor? And I'm going to do this real right now. Suzanne, would you do me a favor? Can you text me your birthday right now if you'd be so kind?
Sure.
Would you do that for me?
Yep.
Great. Now, I could have texted that to Suzanne or made a video. Hey, Suzanne, do me a favor. I just realized I don't know your birthday. We've been friends for about 2-3 months now, and I don't know your birthday, and I feel like an idiot. I want to update my contact information. Would you do me a favor? Would you send me your birthday and send me your home address and your email address, Suzanne? I don't really use email very much, but I'd like to complete my contact. Would you do that for me? Can you all on the screen do that with 10 people you know today? Yes or no? Do you realize that's the start of introducing them to Transact Card? And actually, now that I'm teaching it to you, it's a really great way to just engage somebody. Does everyone agree? Hey, I don't have your birthday, Paxton. Would you do me a favor? Can you text me right now with your birthday and your home address and your email address? Do you mind doing that for me right now? Amanda, would you do the same? I'm going to make a lot of work for myself. Hey, Mark Langley, would you do that? Would you do that for me as well? Amy Perkowski, I don't have your email address. I don't know your birthday, and I don't have your home address. Would you be so kind to send that to me today? Sometime today, without making me do that with everyone on the screen, with everyone do that tonight. And then tonight, when I get home from work exhausted, I will sit in my bed and answer every single one of your text messages. And I see Suzanne Kitches just said, by the way, her birthday is February 9th, and I'm not going to tell you the year. That was private information that just came across. That was
He's going to take all these birthdays and he's going to make a graphic.
yeah. And secondly, Suzanne, and I have to apologize to you, I have all my return envelopes. I have all my envelopes. I've got all the Richard Call books stuffed in those manila folders, ready to go out to everyone on your team that wanted a Richard Call book. I need you to do me a favor, though. Those messages are buried about 500 text messages deep, and I can't find them, and I apologize.
Okay.
Anyone on this screen, if you want a book from Mr. Richard Call, my mentor, that is going to be the foundation of everything I teach you, if you want that book, text me your home address, and I will make sure during the holidays I find the time. I'll spend hours to send everyone a copy of the book written by the man who changed my life. I promise I'll send that all to you as a gift this holiday season. Thank you, Trey Finch. Thank you, Paxton Finch. Thank you to everyone who's blowing up my phone right now with text messages. So now, Colette, I'm taking it a step further. Not only am I updating my contact information, I'm also getting everyone's address so I can ship them a book that, quite frankly, is worth millions upon millions of dollars. Here's what you're going to love about the book when you receive it. It's this thin, right there. You can actually read it in one sitting. And I hope you do. Now, here's what you're going to think when you read his book, when you finally get it from me. You're going to say to yourself, this guy took all Zappia's stuff. Like everything this Zappia guy teaches, this Richard Call guy stole all Michael's stuff. He's a no, the exact opposite's true. God, my phones are blowing up over here. I love this. Anyway, well, good morning, guys. 45 of us here this morning, 9:23 a.m. And we're already sharing and we're already teaching. Do you see how important these meetings are? Like, seriously, do you understand how important these meetings are? Man, I wish I could just empty my brain onto the screen, and I wish there was a technology. There will be soon. AI is getting pretty sophisticated. Soon you'll be able to push a button and know everything that's in my brain. Until that happens, guys, we're forced to meet, and you're forced to look at my ugly mug for an hour this morning, and that's just the way it is. But when the day comes that they create a chip that goes in your ear, it gets entangled in your ear hair. I don't know if any of you have ear hair, but I do. It's a new thing when you get older. Forests grow out of your ears. And this chip gets stuck in your ear hair, and you will transmute all the things that you know through the fibers of your hair into the chip, and then instantly it will stream into the brain of the other person, and now you know what they know. And from that point forward, you won't need Saturday Zooms or anything at all. You'll just be able to just walk around just taking that chip and putting them in people's brains. Find the 5 people who have what you want, live the life you want, chip their ear with their ear hair, get what they know, and then you can go out there and become them within 6 to 12 months. That's going to be a lot easier, isn't it, Colette? You got something to say. I can see it on your face.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I have a pit in my gut after hearing all that.
Hey, Michael,
The ear hair bothers you? What's that? Yes, Mark.
No.
I might have a hard time trying to get off my hair. You know, just my hair. I won't be able to get it very fast.
Mark,
Hey.
we'll make one for the follically challenged individuals too. Don't
There
worry.
you go. Thank you, bud.
You got it.
Suzanne Kitchens, you have a question?
Yeah, well, I just want to make a comment, or maybe it's a question in regards. So you don't have to send this out to 45 people. Will you tell us your birth date and your mailing address, please?
Ooh, she's good, Colette.
You ready?
That's really good. My birthday is July 21st, 1974.
Oh, he says the year.
Yep. I'm not afraid.
Me neither.
July 21st, 1974. And what else do you want?
He's just a baby.
Yeah.
We'll need your mailing address as well.
My mailing address is 4445. I got the coolest street
Yes,
name. Yeah.
he's got
Tell him, Colette.
Dancing Ground Road. Is that correct?
That's right. We dance on the ground on my street. Dancing Ground Road. And that's Santa Tanya. What's happening, Tanya? Be focused on the road, but I like your moonroof. That's a Pano moonroof. Wait a second. Is that a Toyota? Is that a Toyota you're driving there? Uh-oh. Okay, don't tell me what it is. 4445 Dancing Ground Road. That's Santa Fe, New Mexico, 87507.
And we have many people in the chat asking what your phone number is. Here we go.
There we go. 702
927
927 1198.
1191.
119. And I'm sure Esther or Colette will probably put it in the chat too for you guys if you want to just.
No.
Can you repeat?
Sure, I can. Sure. 702, area code 702. That's Las Vegas, Nevada. 927 1191. 1191. Okay, we ready? So let's dive into some stuff that you can take with you the rest of this holiday season and into 2024. The first thing I want to do with all of you, and this was a priority for me this morning, is I want to talk about 7 things that matter most to me, and I think they matter most to you. If anyone never told you before, I think these are the 7 things that are the most important things in our life, and I call these pillars. As many of you have heard before, I'm in the midst of writing a book called Path Changers, which I told my friend Esther the other day. I said, this is the year we publish it, and we publish it to make sure that the Z team gets it first. I've been putting this off for years and years and years. But I teach 7 areas of life that I think every single one of us should be wanting to improve in. And it took me reading lots of books like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and How to Win Friends and Influence People and The Greatest Secret in the World by Og Mandino. And the list goes on and on and on. I've got a top 10 and a top 20 for all of you, which I'd like to eventually add to our Z Team website as required reading for every team member. The 7 areas in my life that I discovered over time, these are the areas that I want to grow in, are these. Number 1 is spiritual growth. And Annabelle's typing them out. I love her. Spiritual. Number 2 is mental. She's even ahead of me, and I love it even more. Spiritually, I don't know about all of you, I want to grow spiritually. We're all spiritual beings, right? Spiritually, I want to grow. I want to, in this next year in 2024, as we look at the year in front of us and start talking about some goals and some things that we want to change in our lives. One of the path changes I want to make in my life is I want to grow spiritually. Now, I happen to believe in God. I happen to believe in Jesus. I don't know what all of you believe in. I don't know what your personal spiritual belief systems are. We don't force beliefs on anybody in this community. Whatever your spiritual belief system is, if I were you, I would develop it. I would grow in that area of your life because that's, in my opinion, that's what matters most in this world, is your spiritual relationship. Number 2, mentally. Growing mentally. What does that mean? That means working hard on your mind, your thinking, changing your thinking, reading the books and coming to the Zooms on Saturday and eventually doing these in your backyard in Oklahoma City, doing these in Wyoming, doing these in Salt Lake City, in Washington State, in Las Vegas, Nevada, in Florida, wherever you are, and starting to build a team the way we teach here, belly to belly, in your backyard. The reason why we teach you all this is so you could take copious notes, learn some things, you could take it back to your local team and teach them. That's the system that we've provided here for all of you. Mental growth. Number 3, emotional growth. Emotionally. Let's face it, self-control is one of the greatest things to work on. And here at the age of 49, just so you know, I'm still working real hard on this one. Is anybody else, don't raise your hands, anybody else struggle with controlling your emotions? Anybody on the screen here still have a problem with it? Don't nod because we can see you nodding too. I said, don't raise your hand. I'm not trying. I just want you to answer it for yourself. You know, and I'll confess to all of you as you get to know me and I get to know you. One of the things I wish I could change about myself 30 years ago, I wish I could have been under more self-control. I've had anger problems in my life. I've had temper problems in my life. I think a lot of the things that God blessed me with also happen to be some of the things that are my Achilles heel in life. Like my passion can be great, but your passion can destroy things. Do you guys know where I'm coming from? Your passion can be so edifying and so powerful, and people can be attracted to your vibe. And we'll talk about that in a moment here. But you know what? Sometimes people with that kind of passion can also have a darker side to them too. And I'm not saying I have a dark side like I'm Darth Vader underneath the mask. I'm just saying I'm human like every single one of us. And if I can go back in time 20, 30 years, and my grandma said it to me when I was really young, she goes, Michael, you're going to go real far in life if you learn how to control that damn temper of yours. My grandma's gone now, but she was a great teacher for me. She was so right. I've torn apart more things than I've built. And that's saying a lot because I've built a lot. But I've also known how to break some things down. And I'm confessing to all of you that that's something I want to work on. I don't care how old you are. You can always work on having more self-control. How about this? Self-control of what you put into your mouth too. Any of you struggle with some food addictions? I do. I love sugar. I love chocolate. I love a lot of those things that are delicacies, right? Listen, I love pizza. I'm going to confess to all of you. I love an anchovy and onion pizza. As a matter of fact, when we get together, if you break bread with me and we have an anchovy and onion pizza, those of you who are saying that's gross, we will never become as good of friends as you probably would like to. Because you have to eat anchovies in order to be very close to me. Colette's like, I've never done it before. Well, Colette, you might want to ask yourself.
Sorry, I was talking to the Finches. Sorry, I was talking to the Finches.
Okay, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. I keep looking at myself when I get out of the shower and I'm saying it's not getting any better. I don't know about all of you. I'm looking at I'm like, wait a second. I got number one, I got this big long scar going down my chest. I'm never going to be a fitness model again. I can't believe that part of my career is over. But Mark's like, yeah, me neither. I get it, Mark. But don't worry, man. We got other things we can model. So spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Take care of your physical body. You know how good you feel after 30 minutes of exercise? All the endorphins that fill up your body. Please work on your physical body. Don't ever stop. Walk, play pickleball, go to the gym, lift weights, grab some dumbbells or some soup cans if you don't have any, and just start doing things with those soup cans. Move your body around, work your shoulders. You don't have to be a fitness guru to get your body in shape. Number 5, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relational. When I said do that exercise where you text people and say, hey, I want to update my contact information. Colette, it's been a while since I spoke to you. Would you mind sending me your birthday and your home address? I might want to send you a birthday card or shoot you out a random gift, and I'd really like to recognize you on your birthday. Would you do that for me, please? Man, what a great way to engage somebody you haven't talked to in years. What do we do in this business? We try to connect with people we haven't talked to in years. Don't you think there's a much warmer approach to doing that than just saying, I got this amazing business where you need to get this debit card right now. It's $25 for life. You'll never have to pay again, and we're going to make a fortune. Yeah, it's such a tacky way of building a business. Isn't it, Joshua Keller? Yeah. He said, Mike, I've been making tons of mistakes. I go, good. Stop making them, though. Let's just, from this point forward, let's stop making mistakes, Josh. We had a nice talk the other night. Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relational, nutritional. We already talked about that. Whatever enters your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your brain, whatever enters into you is
Your
what you are. It's who you are. Your skin, your largest organ, your skin. Just, Colette and I are big nutrition buffs. We're big health and wellness buffs. We're involved with a company this time that doesn't have anything to do with a nutritional product, but deep down inside, at the end of the day, without your health, you have nothing. Without your health, you have nothing. So nutritional. And then lastly is financial. And I happen to believe if we all focus on those first 6 things this next 12 months, if you focus on your spirituality, your mentality, your emotions, controlling your emotional curve, you focus on your physical body, you focus on your relationships, you focus on what you put into your body. I believe if you focus on those 6 things, in my opinion, I believe the last one automatically shows up. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a power quote, and I want you to write this down and steal this one for you. As a matter of fact, steal all this stuff for you. You are in mentorship training right now, just so you all know. You are in leadership training 101. The things that we're sharing and we're teaching on these Saturday mornings, and it's not just going to be me, because there are many people on the screen that I can learn a lot from. We're going to pass the baton. As soon as Suzanne's ready to teach, let me know. Let Colette know. As soon as you're ready to teach Marjorie Perkins, let us know. I want to be here as long as I need to be here. You know what I get the most satisfaction? Absolute satisfaction, my coach said. I get absolute satisfaction when I sit back and listen to other people teach the things that I've taught them. And in my mind, I go, she did it better than me. What the heck am I even here for? This business is about leading, following, and get out of the way. Will you write that down, please? Lead, follow, get out of the way. Network marketing is a crazy business. This business doesn't make sense to anybody. It never has. Lead, then follow. What does it mean to follow? It means get behind the person you just led. I had the fortune and the pleasure to do that with Colette. I had the fortune and the pleasure to do that with Trish, with Lacey, with Esther, with many, many people on this team, with Annabelle. Every time Annabelle, out of anyone I've ever met in my life in this profession, Annabelle is the one who looks me in the eyes and lets me know every time I see her, Michael, you're my path changer. You've changed my life. You guys you couldn't even possibly understand what that means to me, that she expresses that and actually lets me know and gives me confirmation that I served a purpose in her life. to teach her things that someone was kind enough to teach me. I love it. But she's the one person that stands out. Colette thanks me up and down repeatedly. I'm not saying anything about anybody else on the team. All I'm saying is over my 21 years, Annabelle's the one. And she'll actually, when she saw me in Vegas, she like grabs me by the shoulders. She does this thing with her eyes to make sure that I'm looking in her eyes. And Michael, and if you know Annabelle, she's so sweet. She just looks at, actually, sometimes I think she wants to kiss me. I don't know what's going on there, but it's like, Michael, not in that kind of way, just so you guys know. I'm just like, I love you like my little brother type of a kiss and hug. And she does.
It's the culture, Michael. It's her culture.
Listen, I'm Italian. She's Latina. I get it. We're all the same here. So anyway, so I want to talk about that because I think that's really important as we tail out the old year here and we go into our new year. I think we shouldn't be just concerned about growing our business. I think we should just grow ourselves. And I think by growing yourself, you automatically grow your business. And I believe that to be true. And I know that through experience, not just through just saying it to all of you. I've done that for myself.
Did you have a power quote for us?
I do. Here's the power quote. I was just getting to that, but thank you for reminding me because you knew I easily would forget that. The power quote is this: put money the furthest thing from your mind, and you'll have more of it than you know what to do with. A lot of you are looking at this Transact card, and let's face it, the name of the business is Transact. Transaction is money driven, right? And by the way, I love the name Transact card with the Z. If it didn't have the Z, I wouldn't like it. The Z makes it the word I love. But many of you are probably thinking, I want to make some money. I get it. The money will come to you when you put it the furthest thing from your mind. Now, here's your second power quote. Focus on the mission, not the commission. So people are writing. I love this team. They're writing everything I'm about to say before I say it. That's how all of you that haven't been around us for a while should know that we've been teaching this stuff for years now. Focus on the mission, not the commission. What is the mission? Help people, serve people, teach people, change their path. What is the mission for you? I don't want to make up your mission. That's the mission for me. It's always been that way in this business. You're in the business of changing people's lives. That's what this business does. You have the opportunity and the power to change another human being's life. The day I met Annabelle, little did I know what kind of a friendship, relationship, mentor-mentee relationship we would develop. Little did I know that she would hang on to my every word and then get on a Zoom 5 minutes later and teach it in Spanish. I mean, that's when I realized the power. Oh my God, this is powerful stuff we're teaching here. Right when I get done, Annabelle, Michael, I'm doing my Zoom right after your Zoom's over and I'm doing it in Spanish. I'm like, Annabelle, it's a great idea. And then she's doing things that I can't do because my Spanish is muy terrible. It's no bueno. But her Spanish is incredible. She starts to get to a new demographic. I can't even reach those people. It was incredible. Right? Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relational, nutritional, financial. And those are two power quotes that I want you to teach other people. This business, yes, we're going to make money. I think we're going to make lots of money. I think this company is going to explode. I think we're in year one of a massive movement in a massive company. And for a lot of you, it's getting hard. It's difficult. Yeah, that's part of the process, just so you know. If this was supposed to be easy, everyone would do it. Just know that. Part of the reason why this is what it is it's not easy, but it's simple. You just got to be willing to go out there and keep turning over the cards every single day. Flip those cards like Annabelle does, the 4 aces. You're looking for your aces. You got to keep sharing it, keep showing it. I don't know if you've done that lately, Annabelle, but I'd love to see you do it again. So that was kind of my going into January message for all of you is don't make this just about making money. Don't make it all about transactions. Make it about relationships, make it about helping, making it about, if you come from a place of, hey, listen, I know this might sound crazy to you, but I happen to be a part of a company that is in the beginning stages, but they're putting all the pieces in place where we're going to have a debit card, and that debit card is going to give us the power to save money and earn money by simply using it and sharing it with other people. That came out really good. Someone please record what the heck I just said, because that was perfect to me. We got the power of a card that's going to... Okay, thank you. It's going to save people money and earn people money by just sharing it and using it. Save people money and earn people money by sharing it and using it. I'm going to say that all day to myself. If there was a debit card that you could take possession of where every time you spent $1, you get a dollar for dollar match in an e-commerce store. If there was a debit card that you can tell other people about, that every time they swipe it, you get paid a piece of the transaction fees, would you be interested in something like that? Or no, you probably wouldn't be, right? Take it right away from you. Probably wouldn't be, right? What a 20, 30-second conversation can sound like. I'm not saying you're going to bring that message to everybody, but if you're on an elevator, you're in a hotel, you're at the grocery store, and you see somebody nice behind you in line, what's the foul and what's wrong with looking at that person and saying, "What's your name?" "Colette, nice to meet you, Colette. Colette, let me ask you a question. You seem like a really nice person. I have a little secret that I want to share with you. Can I do that?" "Yeah, sure. I happen to be a part of a company that's in year 1. It's about to explode. And we've got this card that every time you use it, you save money. Every time you use it and share it, you earn money. And every time you introduce it to people, you get paid a percentage of transaction fee." I know that sounds off the wall and crazy, but would you be open to hear a little bit more about that? What's the worst Colette would say to me in the grocery store line? "Nah, I'm not interested," as she's about to spend $187 on one bag of groceries. Let's think about it. I don't know if you've been to the grocery store lately, but I can't believe how much money you spend to walk out with one bag. I feel like I got ripped off every time I leave the grocery store line. I'm like, this is all I bought for $67? This is one meal. I'd be better off just going to McDonald's and getting the value meal right now, but not better off nutritionally, as we just talked about the things we need to work on. But you go get yourself some fresh vegetables. You go get yourself some dark chocolate, not the milk chocolate. You go get yourself some stuff, and you walk out with one bag of groceries, and $67 later, after the meal you make when you get home, you realize, I don't have any food, and you're back to the grocery store. I don't know about you, but this message of Transact Card is a ubiquitous message. It's a message everybody wants to hear about. And you need to know that. Everyone wants to hear about this. Whether or not you're willing and capable and able and courageous enough to go out there and be the one who shares it with someone, that's totally up to you. Personally, I think you're selfish if you don't. Personally, I don't think highly of you if you don't share this every single day. If you're not having conversations every single day, if you're not following the system every day, if you're not doing the things that we're teaching every single day, I think there's a little part of you that's a little bit selfish. How many agree with me? Now, some of you are worried about the fact that, but Michael, we don't have the bank yet. Michael, we don't have the store yet. Do me a favor. You're going to look back a year from now and wish you had these days back. Hear me on this one. You're going to wish you had the days back when things weren't in place. You know why? Because as soon as everything's in place, you will have missed the opportunity to get to a lot of people you're thinking about getting to right now. Trust me, this thing's moving like a freight train. Part of my dilemma in my life right now is I'm doing well in my new career here, that I don't know how long I'm going to be in this career, quite frankly. And hopefully my GM's not standing outside the door listening to our Zoom. But one of the things that's really pulling on me right now is I understand the timing of where we are now. And now, write that in your notes, is the best time to build this business. Now. If you've been telling yourself, well, they got to get, there's some glitches and there's some hiccups, that's when the opportunity is greatest. That's when you know when I work the hardest in a business like this? When everyone else slows down. Because then I have an advantage in the marketplace. You know when I worked the hardest in my dealership? Last night I made you guys a video and I went back to the ZTEAM page and I deleted it after a minute. If any of you caught a video that I made from the delivery room here at the dealership, I deleted it, and I shouldn't have deleted it, but I did. There's a reason why I deleted it. But what I talked about in that video last night is I walked around my dealership. Yesterday around 2 o'clock, I wanted to go home, just so you know. How many people get to work, you just want to go home? And if you make your own schedule, most of you probably go home. I make my own schedule. But you see, I'm at the top of the leaderboard right now in this company right now for the month of December. I've sold 23 and a half cars. A lot of you say, how do you sell a half car? We cut it down the middle, the left side and the right side. We only deliver because the person can only afford half. No, when you share a deal with another salesman, you only get a half commission. But I've sold 23 and a half units. And as I sit with you all for an hour, I'm missing out on an hour of opportunity out there on that floor. But you guys mean more to me than that hour. And that's why I decided to commit to this team every Saturday morning. But last night I was in the delivery room and I made a video and it went something like this. Hey, Z-Team, it's Michael Zappi. I can repost it if y'all want. It's Michael Zappi. I want to just teach you something. And I showed the whole entire dealership through the windows of the enclosed delivery room because I didn't want the 2 or 3 people left in the building to hear what I was talking about. I said, here's where I get the advantage. Everyone else went home and I've got a customer in finance. I wanted to go home at 2 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock, I packed up this bag right here, Colette. And I was so close to just getting in my car. It's 22nd of the month, Christmas time. My son, I want to be with my family. I want to go hang out with Esther. She's at my house. No. 4 o'clock came around and I got a customer and I attempted to make a sale. I failed. They couldn't buy the car. They didn't have the situation wasn't right. They were upside down. 5 o'clock came and I picked up my bag again, Colette. I wanted to go home again. I didn't go home. You see, I want to win this month. I want to sell more cars than anybody in this dealership this month because there's a big bonus on the line, number 1. But number 2, I want to be successful. And I want to be able to look back one day and share these stories with my son and say, hey, buddy, this is what makes you successful. I was here till 9:15 p.m. letting my customer leave the showroom floor with a brand new Corolla, underground color, gorgeous SE, beautiful $26,000 vehicle. And I went into the office and I looked at the board where everyone puts in sales for the day, and it said Zappia, 2 sales. And the 2 guys that are hot on my tail that are out there right now trying to beat my butt, they got an hour on me right now, Colette, but you know I'm going to catch their butt because I'm going to stay later. They sold 2 cars too. And I told Esther, I go, Esther, I can't live with myself. I won't be able to live with myself if I don't win this month. Now, where's that coming from? Is that Mike? Is that someone ringing? Okay. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of mindset. So what I'm saying to you all is I make up in numbers what I lack in skills. Write that in your notes. Make up in numbers what you lack in skills. Now, I don't care what kind of skills you have right now coming into this business. I'm hoping you're willing to develop some new skills, learn some new things, some new paradigms. That's why we teach every Saturday. So important that everyone on the Z team is here. So important that the 42 of you on the screen, immediately after this Zoom, I'm asking you to do me a favor, but I'm asking you to do yourself a favor. Share this broadcast when Brian Howard posts it. Tag everyone you know and say the things that were shared on this morning's Zoom are invaluable for our business, for your business. And I suggest next time you be there live if you can, but if you had to miss it, watch it over again. We're teaching the things that matter most today on the screen. Be the person who wins and do whatever it takes for you to win. You know why? Because winning in this game with Transact Card means you're going to change a lot of people's lives. You know, winning for me out there on the showroom floor at a car dealership means I'm going to help people get into a new car. I don't know if that exactly changes someone's life. Winning in this business means you could change someone's life forever. Someone on our team just had a 12-year-old young girl that committed suicide. Terrible, terrible story that I just heard about from one of our teammates. I won't mention the person's name because I don't want to do that. But somebody on our screen is dealing with grief right now. 12-year-old girl close to her committed suicide. Terrible, right? Terrible. To be 12 years old. You know why she committed suicide? She had a bully in her life. How many of you on the screen were bullied when you were younger? I was. Most people don't believe it about me, but I was bullied really bad when I was in 5th and 6th grade by a kid in my class. And back then, when we were younger, I say this, I speak on behalf of my own age group. We didn't think about suicide. Suicide wasn't a thing back then. For whatever reason today, in this crazy, evil world we live in today, these little kids think about killing themselves. It disgusts me. You know, I heard my son say to me a couple times over the past couple of years, Daddy, I'm going to kill myself. I look him right in the eyes. I go, buddy, don't you ever, ever say those words to your dad. Don't you ever say that to me. Do you realize how many people you'll hurt on top of yourself if you weren't in the world? Don't do that. But you know what? Not everyone's lucky enough and fortunate enough to have great parents, right? And this 12-year-old girl committed suicide. You know the blessing in this story? Because there's a blessing in every story, right? That 12-year-old girl donated organs and saved the lives of 7 people. 7 people took the organs of this 12-year-old little girl and she saved their lives. Trying to look at the positive of it because there's not a lot of positive in suicide, right? Anyway. So guys, with that, I have so much that I'd like to cover. It's so hard to come here on Saturday mornings and teach what I think I'm going to teach going into the Zoom. I wish I was the kind of guy who typed up a syllabus and gave you guys a book. And that's chapter 1, guys, and put on my little nerdy glasses. And this is chapter 1, mentorship. It doesn't work like that. My mentor didn't break out a syllabus. He gave me a book, which was helpful. He told me to read a few more books, were extremely helpful. But here's the truth. If it is to be, it's up to who? It's up to you. The expression is, if it is to be, it's up to me. But if it is to be, it's up to you. If you want to change your life, if you want to change your path, we have a vehicle that can help you do this. More importantly than we have a vehicle, which by the way is really important, but we have a team of people that are focused on the mission, not the commission. We've got a leadership team here with a system, with a weekly system of teaching, training, mentorship, advice, guidance, you name it. Nobody slips through the cracks here. Colette knows that philosophy. Nobody slips through the cracks. You know what would kill me? If anyone on the Z team said, nobody's helping me. Oh, that would drive me nuts. That would drive me nuts. Make sure your team knows that you always have help and support, because we meet twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And another important part is I always see Colette's little face on some type of banner advertisement throughout the week that she's doing an opportunity presentation on behalf of the company. And every single one of us should be leveraging those meetings when they're announced and putting our team in front of at least one great presentation every single week. 2 reasons. Number 1, she's going to help you build your business. Number 2, you need to be there, because if you don't imagine yourself being in the position Colette's in with this company, then we're doing a bad job of building leaders here. If every single one of the people on the screen right now becomes a great presenter on behalf of Transact Card and ZTEAM, and you show up on those company Zooms, Annabelle doing it for the company in Spanish, any one of you on the screen saying, hey, I want to be advertised by the company as one of the people who are going to present on behalf of the whole company. I hope every single one of yourselves, when you see that advertisement and you see Colette's cute little face with the little blonde hair that she's presenting at 2 p.m. or whatever it is, I hope every one of you sees a little picture of you there, and it's your turn to present on behalf of the company. You go to the meetings and you watch the opportunity presentation because you need the presentation. If you're not doing the presentation, you need it even more, because you need to be doing that on behalf of your team. Your team needs to see you rise to the top. If you want to build a successful organization, this might intimidate a lot of you. You have to one day be in a position to do some things that are uncomfortable for you, because you're trying to inspire other people to be great. And guess what? You have to be great in order to inspire other people to be great. So I want to challenge you to think about this business a little bit differently than maybe you have been. This is your chance to perform in the business world. This is your chance to become something that I know deep down inside you want to become. There's a giant inside of every single one of us. A giant. Seriously. Meeting Colette for the first time years ago, even though I've got vision and I can see, I didn't know she would become what she's become today. I knew she could. And I always look at people and see the best in everyone I work with, but I had no idea that she'd be able to take this thing and run with it and crush it the way that she's crushing it. So I challenge each and every one of you to follow in her footsteps and build an organization like she has. And she is waiting for someone to push her aside and take the microphone away from her. That's what she's waiting for. And so am I when it comes to the
Amen.
helping.
Amen.
So with that, we're at 9:54. Colette, I'm going to throw it back to you. God bless each and every one of you. You don't know this, but I love you. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love this team. I love this business. I love this family. I love what we get to do for people. I mean, there's people that should be on this screen that even if they sign up for Transact Card, they need to hear this information and to be a part of a really healthy, powerful, edifying, empowering community of people that are here to just say, hey, I'm here to help you change your life in any way possible. Will you give me a chance to do that? I'd like to be that person for you.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you so much. And, I'd like to end it right there because that was great, fantastic. But some things came to my mind that I do want to share. Because a lot of you came on after when I went to Provo to the VP event. And I just want to share what this company is all about too, in their heart too, because what Michael said, we can't hold this to ourselves. This is bigger than all of us. And to show a company that is right there with us, that positive social impact. When I went to that event, the company gave us, we broke it up into 3 teams, and they gave us Transact cards filled with money from the company. And we went out to grocery stores and we bought people's groceries. Okay. We literally went up to people and asked if we could buy their groceries. So I just want to leave you with that, because that to me is what Christmas is all about. it's giving in that kind of way, not just like going out and buying presents, a million presents for one person, you know, I mean, let's take it to a different level and bless the world. Okay, you guys, with that, have a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for coming on. We love each and every one.